TCU coach Jamie Dixon is joining us now. And Coach, when you're comfortable, if you could start us off with some general comments about your team.
Okay, well, thank you. Exciting to be here in Kansas City again. Looking forward to obviously our week coming. We had a scrimmage this weekend, but obviously a couple practices. We've got our big event, Showmeyer Live, on Friday, which is exciting. We have Ludacris as part of the event, so we're players are excited, our students are excited, and then we have the big football game on Saturday versus Kansas State. So Fort Worth is going to be an exciting place to be this weekend. A lot of great things going on there at school, and excited about it. I love our team. I love how much we've progressed, especially offensively. I think we spent summer and fall really getting better, trying to individually and as a team-wise offensively, and I think we've done that. Got a great group, excited about them, and they're working hard, and they really connected with our students. I think that's the thing in our campus and Fort Worth, and why we had the crowds that we have, the student following that we have, and so we're just going to continue to try to do the right things on and off the floor, and keep this group getting better and engaging with the community, because it's a very outgoing group, a fun group, and I'm enjoying being around them on the floor and off the floor.
Okay, if you've got a question for Coach Dixon, raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic over to you, and we got a couple over to your left, Coach. First one will be on the second row, and then we'll go to the first row.
Okay. Hey, Coach. Matthew Postins, Heartland College Sports. We got a lot of guys coming back. I'm curious about how you think Shahada Wells fits into all of this. I know he sat last year due to injury, but he had a tremendous career at UT Arlington.
Right.
How does he fit into everything you're trying to do this year?
Well, we love Hade. We call him Hade. And that's what he likes to go by. But we're real excited about him. He was very good for us last year. I'd say when we got there last year, we had a lot of new guys. And in the summer, I guess, when workout started, he might have been our best guard, along with Maxwell Evans, who had transferred in from Vanderbilt. They might have been our best guards in that summer. But then they had a couple injuries in the fall, and all of a sudden we were in a situation where right before the season started, we kind of had to shuffle around what our guard rotation was going to be, and that took us some time. But we were really excited about Hade, and then the timing when he got healthy again, we had some guys playing, so we just decided to redshirt him and get healthy and have him ready for this year, and we're certainly excited about that. He played really well in our scrimmage the other day. He gives us a guy that can play both spots for us, the 1 and the 2. He's one of our best shooters. He's becoming a very good defender. He continued to improve. He's our smallest guard, so we've talked to him about being a little more physical, trying to play bigger. But he's got great hands, very active on the ball, and just a great kid. He's just it's just been great. He's had a few challenges family-wise back home, but he just keeps battling, coming back hard, and we're really excited about him. So, but he was a impact. We thought he was going to be good. I mean, he put up some good numbers, as you mentioned, at UTA, and I remember seeing him when he played against Oklahoma State. He had a big game against Oklahoma State in the non-conference. So we expected good things out of him, and I think we knew that we could improve ourselves with him coming back this year. That was going to be an area where we could get better. The guards is where we thought we had to get better, and him being healthy and playing for us this year is a big part of that.
Front row over here to the left, Coach.
Coach, Jamie Plunkett with frogstoday.com. How are you doing?
Good.
You guys were picked 8th in the conference last year, 4th now this year, 14th in the AP poll overall. Are you doing anything differently to manage the expectations that have been put on this team?
I don't think so. I mean, I've probably come in. I've always had higher expectations than probably we've so-called been picked, or what has gone on at TCU. I mean, I thought I had to come in with that mentality from the day I got there at TCU. Obviously, we had to raise the expectation, raise the bar, whatever analogies you want to use. I mean, we just had to do that. And some might have thought it was a little bit wishful thinking, I guess. But, obviously we knew where we're at the time, or where it had been the last couple of decades, I guess, at TCU. So raising the bar and not trying to lower expectations is certainly, I'm not going to start doing that now. We're good. We believe we're good, but our league's really good. And so we need to do the things to be that good teams do, and we need to do those every day in practice. We need to do those off the floor. We need to do that as a program. So no, we're not trying to shoot down expectations. We're not trying to lower them. This is a place we needed to raise expectations. There were none, and there was no bar. So we're not going to stop now.
Okay, back row to your left, Coach. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Sam Lance with Zags Blog. The transfer portal has been around now for the past couple off seasons. What are just your thoughts on how it has functioned, and what's your opinion on players transferring within the same conference? There are 6 that transferred within the Big 12 this year.
First of all, I mean, you probably know my history of. We had 1 transfer at Pittsburgh in 17 years, to give you an idea. So I guess you could say somebody had to change his ways. And our school's not built for transfers, to be honest with you. Transfer units, we're not taking as many as a lot of schools. There's a lot of different things that come into grad programs, online courses. We're not generally built for it, but we had to adapt and we had to find a way because of COVID and some things that occurred. So, it is what it is. It's here to stay. Last year we took a lot. This year we didn't. It's going to be different each year. I think we're at a point now too where it used to be there might have been a red flag when there was a transfer, but now when you don't sit out, kids that are and most of our success with transfers has come from guys transferring up. So a kid that's having success at a lower program or lower conference than, say, the Big 12 was likely not to transfer and sit out a year. He's having success. He's playing well. He's getting his minutes. But now if you're going to play right away, that's what's opened those doors. And so, it doesn't mean you're getting the red flag is not a given now. So that's where we're at. It's a new world. Can't compare it. The transfer within a league, it's not ideal, but obviously there was no way that we're going to be able to make a rule to have guys can transfer and play right away and everywhere, and then not your conference, because it makes sense. Kids generally pick the conference they want to play in as much as they pick the school that they want to go to, and so I think there was just no way that was going to happen, and that's where it is. So it's a little strange, but it's not the end of the world. We'll all survive. I mean, we'll deal with it, and so the kid gets to play in a conference that he wants to play in. Why shouldn't we allow that?
We've got time for one more question. Anybody interested in it? Last question will be here on the third row to your right, Coach.
Hi, Jamie. Chuck Carlton, Dallas Morning News.
How you doing, Chuck?
Know you had a large part of your coaching career in the Big East. You might not know this bit of trivia. This is the first time that all 4 Texas schools in the Big 12 have been ranked in the preseason AP Top 25. I guess, what does that say about both your program building at TCU and I guess the state of basketball in Texas as well?
Well, you remember I played at TCU, so I know a little bit about Texas basketball in the past, and so when it was the Southwest Conference, they were pretty good back in the day. A lot of the teams in Texas, we had Houston in the conference at the time, but I'm not surprised by it. I think there's just better players in Texas now. I mean, I just get cut to the chase. I think high schools, there's better players. There's more people. I mean, for all the reasons obvious, there's just better players for us to choose from, and I think you're seeing that. But for us, specifically TCU, I mean, I was just talking about it. Certainly. Playing at the school, coaching at the school I played at, and obviously coming in and being at Pittsburgh and having a great situation there. The only place I would have left for was TCU, and to coach at your alma mater is different. I mean, there's just no question. And it's kind of it was a dream of mine when we had some success. We won the conference my junior and senior year, so I knew I was going to coach. And coaching at your alma mater at a place that you had success at was probably a pretty logical choice. But once I went to Conference USA, and I can't remember all the other conferences that was, maybe it wasn't as much on my mind as, but certainly things have changed. A year, possibly the Big East, then the Big 12 now. We're excited to be here, and you know, like I said, expectations. We wanted to do something special, do something that hadn't been done, and you know, we still got a lot of work to do. So, but there's just better players in Texas. I mean, it's simply there's a lot of different reasons, but that's number one.
Okay, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you.